What's good, y'all? Back at it again with another reaction. If you're new to the channel, my name is Shadiq, and you're now locked into Crossover Media. I know that Central C has been swinging with every single thing that he's released over this past year. Honestly, seeing his come up has been so humbling. It's just the fact that he really went from being an artist who's been putting out music for about 5+ years now to just suddenly being on the top of everybody's radar. I really want to check out his most recent project too, and I know that if all of those songs that he recently dropped kind of dictate the caliber of the songs on that project, that it is going to be an A1 project. But listen, I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. Let's get it. Whoa. From the beginning, this is giving me like a Kanye vibe. I don't know why. That's just the first thing that gave me. What did I just say? Putting in the work for years.
Putting the work for years for this ain't no coincidence. Back then when I was so lit, now I'm lit there pissed.
That's a fact.
That bees they curved the kid back then when I was so lit, now I'm lit there pissed. Oh bro, now you gotta take
it from the top. From the top, folks. From the top. I can already tell I'm gonna love this beat. I love it. Oh, I see what it is. That's like him then, and now it's about to be him now. Okay, I see it.
Putting the work for years for this ain't no coincidence. Back then when I was so lit, now I'm lit there pissed.
Shout out to Suave. His visuals are always on point.
That bees they curved the kid back then when I was so lit, now I'm lit there pissed.
I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but the fact that his whole project is branded in orange and he's wearing an orange hoodie, well, orange jacket, the wall was orange. Those are the little things, man.
That bees they curved the kid back then when I was so lit, now I'm lit there pissed. Oh bro, now you gotta take it slow, but he knows try and play so he won't go lit. We're 3 for 3 now, 6 for 6.
Whoa, hold on. This flow for Central is cold.
That bees they curved the kid back then when I was so lit, now I'm lit there pissed. Oh bro, now you gotta take it slow, but he knows try and play so he won't go lit. We're 3 for 3 now, 6 for 6. Putting the work for years for this ain't no coincidence. I did have to take them trips. Shit, they talking shit and it made me sick. I said fuck school and it made me rich. We did so crack on the 80s thing. The jinx on us and they pray we slip. Said fuck school and I broke the law. Told little bro go stay in school.
It's something about the way that Central C rides beats. I don't get it. I don't know how he does it, because he doesn't do it in super conventional ways. He has moments where it's just, he's just gliding on it, and it just feels seemingly non-stop the way that he does it. I don't know how to describe it. It's just so smooth.
Putting the work for years for this ain't no coincidence. I did have to take them trips. Shit, they talking shit and it made me sick. I said fuck school and it made me rich. We did so crack on the 80s thing. The jinx on us and they pray we slip. Said fuck school and I broke the law. Told little bro go stay in school. Telling the kids this shit ain't cool. Fuck, I'm so hypocritical.
And you know what? I'm glad he said that. I'm very glad he said that, because these are the moments that really just goes to show, like, these artists are not just straight up ignorant and oblivious. They're very aware. They're very cognizant. It's just really the hand that they were done. I know there's gonna be those in the comments, oh, you have a choice, blah, 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 whatever, right? But it's just the fact that he can articulate directly, right, the contradiction. That reminds me of something that Cadet said, because Cadet actually said something very similar in one of his freestyles in terms of a conversation that he was having and something to do with, like, his relationship with his family and everything. But I just like hearing artists say things like this. And even before I even paused it, I was just saying that every single reaction to Central C that I've done so far, he's shown a lot of intelligence. So I'm glad that he's continuing to keep that pattern.
We did so crack on the 80s thing. The jinx on us and they pray we slip. Said fuck school and I broke the law. Told little bro go stay in school. Telling the kids this shit ain't cool. Fuck, I'm so hypocritical. Fuck, I just missed the call. My bros in the field not bullying fools. So cocaine and molly.
Man said my
law. Told little bro go stay in school. Telling the kids this shit ain't cool. Fuck, I'm so hypocritical. Fuck, I just missed the call. My bros in the field not bullying fools. So cocaine and molly and all. Told mum Z don't worry at all. Step in a band, oh honey, I'm home.
First of all, I'm starting over that field bar. He's in a different kind of field. And second of all, something that Central C does that I really like is he really jumps in and out of his flows very seamlessly. There's moments where sometimes it's like, I know that the flow switched, but the way that it switched was so smooth that it didn't even process as a flow switch until I'm a couple bars in and I realized that the flow switched.
So hypocritical, fuck, I just missed the call. My bros in the field, not bullying fools. So cocaine and molly and no. Told mum Z, don't worry at all. Step in a bando, honey, I'm home. The local fees don't vouch, you won't get served. The cat's unknown, I don't owe no.
Like, he just changed flows at like 3 times or something like that in that sequence alone. Maybe I'm wilding, but it sounds like it. And I think the way that he does it, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to put it into technical terms, but it sounds like when he's about to switch flows, like he starts the new flow with the way that the last flow ended, and then the way that the next flow is about to start is how the current flow ends. So it's like a sequence. I don't know how to describe it, but that's just the way I'm hearing it.
Shit ain't cool, fuck, I'm so hypocritical, fuck, I just missed the call. My bros in the field, not bullying fools.
See, so it's like when he said like he had the hesitation when he said hypocritical, then he started the following bar with that kind of hesitation in it, and then he ended it with like a straightforward flow in terms of like non-stop, and then the following flow just picked it right back up.
I'm so hypocritical, fuck, I just missed the call. My bros in the field, not bullying fools. So cocaine and molly and no. Told mum Z, don't worry at all. Step in a bando, honey, I'm home. The local fees don't vouch, you won't get served. The cat's unknown, I don't owe no, I made money alone. That beast, they curved the kid back then when I was so lit. Now I'm lit, they're pissed. Told bro, now you gotta take it slow, but he knows crack pace, so he won't go lit. Went 3 for 3, now 6 for 6. Put in the work.
Whoever is on his marketing team for this project, these are the relatively small things. 'Cause obviously those cars ain't cheap, but these are the relatively small things that you can do creatively in order to make something so cohesive with your project. The fact that he's wearing orange, the cars are orange, and then he's driving through all these environments that aren't as orange. So everything about what's happening in the video is very central C, while not necessarily being on a set specifically for this video or something like that. And I study branding and communication, so that's the reason why these kind of things stand out to me and why they're so significant. But it just goes to show that you really don't need too much to have a rollout for your project. You don't have to have like a gets conflict of interest rollout. You can do something like Central C where it's everything is orange, and then now you can't separate it from your mind because everything you see that's orange you can associate with this project.
Get slow, but he knows crack pace, so he won't go lit. Went 3 for 3, now 6 for 6. Put in the work for years for this ain't no coincidence. I did have to take them trips. Could have been in the bin if it weren't for the gloves that I had when I rapped that Riz. That kid got nicked on an amateur finger. Pistol bro, now you gotta take it slow, but he knows crack pace, so he won't go lit. Went 3 for 3, now 6 for 6.
What the hell?
For years for this ain't no coincidence. I did have to take them trips. Could have been in the bin if it weren't for the gloves that I had when I rapped that Riz. That kid got nicked on an amateur finger.
Again, the flow started one way, ended completely different, and it segued right into a whole new flow. I don't know if I'm reaching, but that's the way I'm hearing it.
Put in the work for years for this ain't no coincidence. I did have to take them trips. Could have been in the bin if it weren't for the gloves that I had when I rapped that Riz. That kid got nicked on an amateur finger. Bang that cling, take precaution. If you knew the risk we took to get paid, you wouldn't look at me the same. My bro got the wickedest aim. We're bringing the blicky on stage. They're hating, I'm really unfazed. Don't test my patience. Half of the hood.
And then again, we're talking about branding, right? Like the small things that Central C does that even if it's in a different tone of voice or it's a completely different sound or whatever, you know it's Central. Like that haha that he did. I think the first time I heard that was on Molly.
Let's see if you really trap. Turn off the auto-tune. Let's hear how you really rap. Haha, send a location.
I was just trying to kind of put him on people's radars. Was Molly, and then he did. Was it Molly? It was one of them. But the fact that it's a completely different song, but it's giving me that similar feeling.
If you knew the risk
Small things.
Paid, you wouldn't look at me the same. My bro got the wickedest aim. We're bringing the blicky on stage. They're hating, I'm really unfazed. Don't test my patience. Half of the hood they show man love this day that the rest are hating. Now got gal on the run. Snow my one from the west, my favorite. These cats are domesticated. Jason the station investigating. That bees they curved the kid back then when I was so.
Let me run that back. So I heard something about cats domesticated.
Cat me the same, my bro got the wickedest aim. We're bringing the blicky on stage. They're hating, I'm really unfazed. Don't test my patience. Half of the hood they show man love this day that the rest are hating. Now got gal on the run. Snow my one from the west, my favorite. These cats are domesticated. Jason the station investigating. That bees they curved the kid back then when I was so lit. Now I'm lit, they're pissed. Told bro that you gotta take it slow, but he knows crack pace, so he won't go lit. Went 3 for 3, now 6 for 6.
Slow, what the hell?
My favorite, these cats are domesticated. Jason the station investigating. That bees they curved the kid back then when I was so lit. Now I'm lit there pissed. Told bro that you gotta take it slow, but he knows crime pace so he won't go lit. Went 3 for 3, now 6 for 6. Put in the work for years for this ain't no coincidence. I did have to take them trips. That beast they curved the kid back then when I was so lit. Now I'm lit there pissed. Told bro that you gotta take it slow, but he knows crime pace so he won't go lit. Went 3 for 3, now 6 for 6. Put in the work for years for this ain't no coincidence.
Again, I'm gonna keep talking about the way he switches his flows. Like, he had that really, not skippy, but the flow that he had, then with ending on the 6, that gave him a new thing to start a new rhyme scheme. So everything that he said after that rhymed with the 6 on a completely different flow.
For this ain't no coincidence. I did have to take them trips. That beast they curved the kid back then when I was so lit. Now I'm lit there pissed. Told bro that you gotta take it slow, but he knows crime pace so he won't go lit. Went 3 for 3, now 6 for 6. Put in the work for years for this ain't no coincidence. I did have to take them trips.
Ooh, I like this breakdown too. Central line again, like and pulling up to his own billboard. You don't need much. You don't need much to do a good campaign. It worked very well for him. Very simple concept. The orange. Whoever's behind this, if it isn't like himself, very clever. Very, very clever. So in this channel, we hold the vowels. That means we're gonna get straight into it. I'm giving this one a 9.5. Every single thing that Central C has dropped has been a banger. They may have relatively small nitpicky things that I may not like, but honestly and truly, this one didn't really have many of those, if any at all, to be honest. From the top, his flows, I talked about it way too much to not give it a 10. Central C's flows, they're just so intricate. At least to me, they're intricate. I don't care what anybody else says. It's the way that he flows so seamlessly in and out of his flows, everything. I think I talked enough about it during the reaction, so yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. The beat as well, this was a Central C type beat that wasn't a traditional Central C type beat. Like, this isn't the kind of beat that I would immediately pair with him, but it makes sense why it works. I think that some of the beats that I usually might associate with Central C have more of like that kind of choir kind of sound to it a little bit. I don't know exactly what it is, and this one didn't really have that, but it still had that brightness to a degree. Like, the slides weren't gritty or kind of smooth. Like, I don't really know like the terms and like music, like how I would describe it, but the way that the slides played, they were very smooth. You know, sometimes slides are really gritty and dark, but this time around that wasn't what it was, and I think that's what really makes Central C beats what they are. They had that smooth kind of, I don't want to say soft, but very melodic feel to it, while he's still giving you kind of gritty topics at the same time, delivering them from a not so gritty place, more so these are things that I've been through, that I've seen, etc, etc. So that's one of the things I like about his lyricism too. Like, the way that he chooses to tell his stories, they kind of divert a little bit from how a lot of other artists who make drill music tend to do it. Oftentimes he's kind of talking to you about his mindset in those situations, the kind of conversations he's having with other people, and also letting you know that he's actually intelligent. I've said it enough times in my reactions to him that he had that one video he was showing a book that Walks had actually referenced before about the music industry and all that. I talked about it enough times. If you want to see what I'm talking about, go find one of those other Central C reactions. But it was from that moment that I knew that Central C is thinking on a completely different level. Even that moment when he was talking about the conversations he's having with his brother and things like that, I think that I would have liked to hear more of those kinds of things. I think it made sense the way that he incorporated it here, but I think giving it that one-off kind of moment, it kind of did it a little bit of a disservice. I would like to hear him do a whole song kind of talking in that tone. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think him and French the Kid could probably do something like that really well, because they're two artists who deliver their narratives in that way that I was just describing. But nonetheless, this one has very high replay value. That beat, the melody, everything about it, his flows, there's just way too much going on for this for me to not rate it so highly for replay value. I think that maybe if there were just a couple more moments in the beat that got a little more crazy, maybe if there was like a breakdown at some point, maybe if there was like a random moment where some more instruments came in or something like that, that would have pushed it closer to a 10. But at the end of the day, not every beat needs to be busy and crazy and all that. I think it worked out for this. And on the lyrical end, I think that that slight level of incohesiveness between the topics or what keep me from giving it a 10 for the lyricism, but that's just me being very nitpicky at this point, because overall, again, it's still a very good song. But nonetheless, let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Do you agree with what I said about French the Kid, and who are some artists you want to hear Central C make a collab with? And as always, hang tight for some more reactions. I do got more of those coming for y'all, but until next time, peace.